Welcome to Liesel's Artistic Studio. I'm excited for today's Christmas tutorial because not only is it beautiful, but it's not hard to do. This wreath is perfect for a holiday decor piece, or it can make a lovely personalized Christmas card. So let's get started, and don't forget to like and subscribe. For supplies today, we need a piece of watercolor paper cut into the shape of a square. Now for brushes, I will say if you don't have all of these brushes, you can probably paint this whole thing with just one medium-sized round brush. The different sizes just make it a little easier. I have a number 10 round brush for the leaves, a number 1 liner brush for the branch lines, and a small round brush for the berries. We also need a pencil, some clean water, a paper towel, watercolor paints. I only have 3 colors today: a dark brown, which is burnt umber mixed with a touch of black, cadmium red, and sap green. We also need for this painting today some masking fluid. You can purchase this online or at craft stores like Hobby Lobby. To get started today, we need a couple of circles to base our wreath off of. You can freehand your circles if you want, but I'm choosing to use a bowl and a cup to trace around for my circles. So center the large circle in the middle of the page, and then draw a second, smaller circle centered within the large circle. I have approximately 1 inch or 1.5 inch space between the 2 circles. The good news for you now is that this is all the drawing required for this painting, so let's get to it. Using a small brush, we're going to start by painting on some masking fluid. As a side note, I have put on some dish soap onto the bristles to help wash the masking fluid off better when I'm done. I've ruined a brush here and there with masking fluid before I learned that trick. So we are going to paint a line of masking fluid all the way around the inner part of the smallest circle. Next, we're going to mask off some circle shapes that will be painted as berries later. I am choosing to contain my circles or berries within my 2 pencil lines that I drew earlier. Some of the berries can overlap the pencil lines a little bit or even overlap each other. I'm trying to keep my berries similar in size, but you are the artist here and you're totally welcome to mask off different sizes of berries if you'd prefer. Now I'm going to take this thin liner brush and start painting on some squiggly brown twigs all the way around my wreath. These twigs will start at the center circle and extend a little ways past the outer circle. I am painting these twigs at a slight angle rather than up and down straight, but whatever you choose, try to have them all pointing in the same direction. Now that the twigs are painted all the way around, I'm going to go back in and add a few twigs here and there that are slightly longer than all the rest to give this painting some interest. I had a professor at college that would say, same is boring, boring, boring. So this will help make our twigs a little less boring. All right, let's take our number 10 round brush and some green paint and paint some branches of leaves that go around the wreath. I am painting these in the same direction as the twigs, and each leaf branch has approximately 6 to 7 leaves on the branch. I find it best to paint the stem first and then add the leaves. I am also painting the leaves a little larger on the end of the branch, making them slightly smaller in size as I go inward. Now that the main leaf branches are done, I'm going to go back in and add a few single leaves to fill in some of the gaps. I will make some of them lighter in value by watering down the paint a little, and I will also paint them in various sizes. When all of the paint is completely dry, take an eraser or even just your finger and start to rub off all of that masking fluid that's on your picture. This is one of my favorite parts because I just love seeing the magic of what masking fluid can do. Finally, it's time to paint the berries. This is the part that can change your good painting into a great one. Painting these berries to look 3D can really make this wreath pop. So to do this, all you have to do is take some red paint with a small brush and paint the outline or outside circle of the berry. Then rinse your brush off in water, dab just the tip of the bristles onto a paper towel, and then use your damp brush to spread the rest of the paint to the remainder of your berry, leaving a white space or a dot for a highlight. And for a side tip, make sure that the highlight is on the same spot on each berry. And if you can, it can be fun to have some of the berries painted in slightly different values, especially if the berry overlaps another. Also, if you do have any berries touching or overlapping, make sure the paint on it is dry before painting the berry that is touching, or your berries will blend together. Now that the wreath is done, you can either leave it a plain wreath or you can write something on the inside circle using a paintbrush, pen, or marker. If you're wanting this to be a card, you could write who it's to, who it's from. You could write Happy Holidays or Merry Christmas. I wanted to do something a little different than I normally do, so I've chosen to write the word winter. And here is your beautiful Christmas wreath. I hope you had some fun today and maybe even learned something new. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please consider subscribing to my channel so I can continue to help you discover your artistic side.